Welcome to our channel, Truth Trek Explorer. In today's narrative journey, we venture into the chilling and enigmatic world of one of the most notorious serial killers in history, the Zodiac Killer. Operating in the late 1960s and early 1970s, this enigmatic murderer terrorized the San Francisco Bay Area, leaving behind a trail of unsolved mysteries, cryptic ciphers, and haunting letters. As we delve into this dark tale, we'll uncover the intricate details, explore the suspects, and examine the enduring mysteries surrounding this captivating case. Chapter 1. The night that changed everything. It was a crisp December evening in 1968 when David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen embarked on what was supposed to be a routine date night. The small town of Vallejo, California, lay cloaked in darkness, seemingly peaceful. Little did they know that their lives were about to intersect with a malevolent force. David, a young man with a bright future ahead, had just picked up Betty Lou, a vivacious teenager with dreams of her own. Their plans for a simple night out would forever be shattered as they headed to a secluded lover's lane. As they parked their car under the starlit sky, they couldn't have foreseen the terror that awaited them. A mysterious figure emerged from the shadows, clad in darkness and armed with a .22 caliber pistol. The night was about to descend into chaos. Chapter 2. The first cipher days after the Faraday-Jensen murders, the local newspapers received a series of perplexing letters. One of them began with the ominous words, "This is the Zodiac speaking." The sender claimed responsibility for the recent killings and threatened more violence. But what truly set the sender apart was the cryptogram included in the letter, a puzzle of symbols and letters that challenged readers to decipher his message. This cryptogram was the first of many, and it marked the beginning of a sinister cat-and-mouse game between the killer and the authorities. Cryptanalysts, amateur sleuths, and even school teachers embarked on a quest to crack the Zodiac's code. The challenge was irresistible, and the public was drawn into a macabre puzzle that transcended the horrors of the murders themselves. Chapter 3. A reign of terror. As 1969 dawned, the Zodiac Killer's reign of terror continued unabated. Young couples across the Bay Area found themselves gripped by fear as the killer targeted them in remote, desolate locations. His modus operandi remained consistent: a surprise attack, a .22 caliber pistol, and a relentless brutality that left victims traumatized. Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau fell victim to the Zodiac's brutality on July 4, 1969, at Blue Rock Springs Park. Their encounter with the killer would mark the beginning of a nightmarish spree that would soon escalate. 2 months later, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard became the next targets. Their picnic at Lake Berryessa turned into a gruesome nightmare when the Zodiac appeared, wearing a black hood with a white cross symbol. He bound and stabbed them, leaving them for dead. But before he left, he drew a symbol, a cross inside a circle, on Hartnell's car door, along with a message that struck fear into the heart of the Bay Area. Each letter contained a tantalizing promise, a revelation of his identity and motivations, if only someone could decipher his codes. One such letter, known as the 408 cipher, was solved by a school teacher and his wife. It contained a disturbing message from the killer, confirming the authenticity of the letters and cementing the Zodiac's status as a genuine threat. But the most enigmatic cipher of all was the 340 cipher, which remained unsolved for decades. It was a puzzle that teased and taunted investigators, amateur codebreakers, and the public alike. The Zodiac's secrets were locked within, and the world was determined to unlock them. Chapter 5. The unsolved mystery. Despite the tireless efforts of law enforcement, the identity of the Zodiac Killer remained a vexing mystery. The composite sketches, created from eyewitness accounts, varied significantly and did little to narrow down the list of potential suspects. Suspects and persons of interest came and went, leaving investigators frustrated and the public anxious for answers. Was the killer a loner with a grudge, a disturbed mind, or something more sinister? As the years passed, various theories and speculations emerged. Some believed the killer had military training, while others speculated about potential connections to the occult. The Zodiac's motive remained elusive, buried within the cryptic messages and the shattered lives he left behind. Chapter 6. A chilling farewell. In the early 1970s, the Zodiac's activities seemed to fade away, but not before he left us with a chilling farewell. His final letters hinted at continued violence and included more cryptic messages, further deepening the mystery. The Bay Area was left in an eerie silence, haunted by the memory of a killer who had never been brought to justice. The letters stopped, the ciphers remained unsolved, and the identity of the Zodiac Killer slipped further into the shadows. Chapter 7. Ongoing investigations. The story of the Zodiac Killer is not confined to history. It lives on in ongoing investigations and renewed efforts to unmask the killer. Advances in forensic technology have offered new hope for solving this decades-old mystery. Law enforcement agencies, amateur sleuths, and true crime enthusiasts continue to scrutinize the evidence, revisit the crime scenes, and explore leads that were previously overlooked. The quest for justice for the victims and their families remains alive, and the hope of finally unmasking the Zodiac Killer endures. Chapter 8. Legacy and conclusion. The legacy of the Zodiac Killer extends far beyond the confines of his crimes. His cryptic messages, gruesome acts, and unsolved ciphers have left an indelible mark on popular culture and the world of true crime. Books, films, and documentaries have explored the case from various angles, each attempting to decipher the enigma of the Zodiac Killer. The story of this elusive murderer continues to captivate the imagination of writers, filmmakers, and true crime aficionados. As we conclude our journey into the chilling world of the Zodiac Killer, one fact remains clear: the mystery endures. The quest for resolution and the unmasking of this malevolent force in the annals of true crime remains a story without end. Thank you for joining us on this narrative exploration of one of the most haunting and enduring mysteries in the history of true crime. If you found this story intriguing and informative, please like and subscribe to our channel, Truth Trek Explorer. Your support enables us to continue unraveling the mysteries that have captivated the world for generations. Stay tuned for more gripping stories and unending quests for truth.